Survivor Now podcast.
I was busy on the beach, like I was on Survivor.
I don't believe anything you say on Survivor. I almost called it.
It's now time.
I'm so excited.
Oh no!
I do love you, but what?
Oh, it's so wrong.
I gotta go. I got something to do. Not as exciting as this. I'll tell you that right now, but.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Survivor Now podcast, where we are talking about episode 3 of Survivor Australia versus the world. It was another crazy episode, and I have got an amazing group of people joining me today to talk about it. First off, I've got the lovely Cara. Cara, how are we?
I'm good. I mean, I'm sad about the outcome of this episode, of course, but, you know, at least it wasn't the first episode.
True. And then we've also got Bruce from 44 and 45. Bruce, how are we doing?
Doing great. Today went by way too fast. 1,000,001 things to do, and I didn't have 1,000,001 seconds to do it. So got it all done. Happy to be here. Happy to have seen another just banger of an episode, and excited to talk about it.
I know, and I'm excited to talk about it as well. And the final person joining us today is the lovely, the incredible Caroline from Titans versus Rebels. How are we, my darling?
So good. I'm so good. I am so pumped to talk about these 3 crazy episodes, and we have been so excited and so excited to looking forward to watching these 3 eps. Sorry, I'm a little bit sleep deprived. I had a big night Monday night, watch party, Kirby. So I am running on adrenaline right now, but I'm feeling so great. So yeah, excited to get it stuck into it today.
I'm glad, and I'm excited to talk to all of you about today's episode because it was insane as per usual. Just a reminder, you can talk in the live chat. We've got that open, ready to go. Gabe is already in there saying, at least you'll survive longer than expected. And that's very true. I think most of us said, like, maybe first boot. But he wasn't. He did well. But right, let's get into the episode. And we're going to start off by talking about the World Tribe, because obviously we're going to be doing a lot of talking about the Aussies. So let's talk about what happened on the World Tribe, because we saw some shenanigans going on here. Obviously, we start off, they are there talking, having a lovely time, but then the box gets mentioned again. And as we know, they need to figure out what's happening with this key. So I want to go to Cara first. What did you think about this kind of start point and the talking about the key? Did you think like this is going to be the moment? This is all that's going to be happening?
I'm glad that they started to show more about the box and show them looking for it and looking for the key. I mean, I was a little sad that they were leaving Tony out of it when they found the key and everything, because I don't want Tony to be on the outside of everything that's happening, but I mean, I understand.
Yeah, I know. Caroline, what would you have done in this situation? Like, seeing there's this box and you need to find a key. I feel like there was a similar situation in Titans versus Rebels.
There was. So I didn't know about it at the time, obviously, but Mark found a box. And I think if you remember from the episodes, he and Ferris actually kind of communicated over the mat, because I think they both worked out that they had a box each. And Ferris kind of said to Mark, if you've got a key over on your beach, it'll be for my box. Let's swap keys. But Mark couldn't wait and ended up smashing the box open. So,
oh my God,
so for me, Australian Survivor having a box, it's like, okay, we know that there has to be a key. Is it on the tribe, or are these people just going to smash it anyway? Like, have they got, like, do they need to get any permission from production to smash it open, or are they just going to smash it open anyway and stuff the consequences? I mean, we've been waiting for this, like, since they first won it. Nothing's really happened about it. So finally, just to go against Cara, like, there's no way I'm telling Tony. Like, I'm keeping those girls close. So,
Yeah.
Tony hasn't ingratiated himself enough within the group. I mean, he should be calling himself one of the girls. He should be. He should, but he doesn't have that social acumen to kind of really get down and dirty with the girls yet. So,
I mean, yeah. Girl power.
girl power.
Obviously, with this, we saw them all looking. We saw that little key. I loved the shot. I wish we had it. The shot where they was just there, and I was like, do you know what? I'm quite observant. I always like to feel like I'm an observant person, but I would have struggled to find it. But the person that does end up finding it is Parvati, and I do love this shot of her getting it.
It's the best.
Bruce, as an American, how did you feel seeing Parvati get that key?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. Listen, first off, I know how Tony feels. I know how he feels being left out. People not wanting to talk to him about stuff, and I didn't even win, $3 million on Survivor. So, I really do think that her getting it is just one of those things. Like, you've heard of a horseshoe, and somebody having that. She got the whole damn horse at this point in time. But then the other thing I'm thinking, excuse me, she's a showman. So I'm looking at and I'm watching. And I'm like, wait a minute. I swear to God, she saw that thing, and it feels like she was just acting. Like she saw it and then wanted to be like, oh, look what I got. No, you already saw it was there. Come on, that's how I feel about it. Please, Bobby, prove me wrong. Tell me that I'm wrong. I don't mind, but I just feel like you saw it and then kind of hammed it up for the camera.
Timmy, do you know what? I feel like that would have been I will push back in the sense, I feel like that would have been my genuine reaction. Because I probably would have sit there and then seen it dangling and gone, oh, what? And then in my head I would have gone, how am I this blind?
But she put her hand right on the tree that it was on, her hand right on it. I was like, how are you? If it was a spider, and it just comes hanging down in front of your face, I got you. But that was just sitting there.
I can't even see a picture right now.
Can't you?
I think because she's moved it, so it's like doing that thing where it's in
motion.
Yeah, it's in motion. Caroline, did you have anything to add on this?
No, I just I thought the same thing as Bruce. Like when you've been in there, you're like, surely she would have seen it beforehand. Okay, if she did, she acted very, very well. She acted like that act of surprise was absolutely fabulous. So I tried to get myself lost in the moment, tried to imagine what that would be like. She was saying, if I was a key, where would I be? I just thought anyway, I thought she did it super well.
Yes. No, I agree. I do think she did.
And I was excited that she found it.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I think that we have really seen Parvati's luck here. And please notice I am trying to say her name correctly for anyone that keeps talking to me about it. Parvati has had some really good luck in this game. And to be fair, I think she got lucky again because obviously her and Sari are trying to unlock the box. And Tony comes over. and honestly, it was the way how Parvati reacted that I was sat there like, I would have looked at her and gone, what are you like? I would have red flags for me.
Yeah.
Dave's just saying in the previous thing that her face is hilarious, and I agree. If you were Tony, and I'm going to go to Cara on this one, if you were Tony and you'd seen that reaction from Parvati, would there be suspicions? Would you be going, huh?
Yeah, I would have immediately been like, why are you sitting on the box? Like, why are you sitting on it? But that probably would have been my first reaction.
Bruce, I feel your hand lovingly up.
My wife was like, why the hell is she laughing right now? It was a nervous laugh. And any of this, I think Tony might have caught on to that. He might have caught on to it and been like, he wanted to say something, but he's also like stopping himself from saying probably a quarter of the stuff that he wants to say because it's all ladies that are, that's kind of running what's going on around him. But she's like laughing, and there was no good reason as to why she was laughing.
Yeah.
She just laughed, like a nervous laugh. So my wife picked up on it, and I was like, yeah, I can see that too. But Tony just let it go.
Yeah, he really did. To be fair, I feel like Sari did a really good job of that. If I had luck, I'd let you know. Caroline, what did you think of this exchange?
Well, from that point, I was also watching other people around the box, and everybody, I saw Cass sitting on it. I saw Sari sitting near it. So I feel like it's something that's been sat on anyway. And after being in that particular jungle, you want to find something to sit on. We had a fishing box. And so I used to sit on that. We all used to sit on it all the time because it was better than sitting on dirt or sand. So we do anything to get off the ground because we don't want to get our asses dirty. So I am not surprised she's on the box because I would be on the box. Like everybody would try and sit somewhere where they didn't get their ass dirty.
Yeah, Tony sat on it. He definitely sat on it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Can we go back just a tad bit though? There was something that was said that Sari. I think this is going to come back at some point in time, but because Sari, I think, might have a little bit more love for Tony. Maybe, I don't know, but she had said that because Tony's like, you get the key and it'll be we'll open it all together, this, that, and the other, and you'll let us know when you get the key. This, that. Remember that? And Sari was like, huh? Why would you do that? So maybe Sari's gonna turn around and say something to Tony about this idol. I don't know. I'm just spitballing out there. Maybe that'd be the process.
No, I completely because it was before obviously everyone found the key, and he was talking about it being an us thing, and she said this isn't an us situation, and I actually thought that was quite real of her because she was kind of like, look, we're playing Survivor. Like this box is clearly only going to help one person, so it's not an us thing. We're not going to do this for the benefit of everyone. So I did appreciate that from her. Like I thought it was a very real moment. Just looking at the chat, Gabe has said Tony wanted to say something, but he just upset the Girls Alliance in the power position. Like, I can't remember who said it now, but yeah, exactly. Like, they'd be there. Yeah. So, obviously, Sari and Parvati need Tony to go. They are there. Like, we can get this box unlocked. We just need him to go. So they devise a little plan with the help of Lisa. And I think it works quite well, to be honest.
Absolutely.
It should.
They don't roll perfectly.
Well, his ass looked clean, so he's sitting on the box.
I had to include this photo just because I could not. It was so funny to me watching this moment.
It was so funny. I laughed and laughed out loud because I've been at that well. I'm just like, and Lisa being asked by Tony, and she's a huge Survivor fan, being asked to lift and push him in. Oh my God, that would have been hilarious. Oh my God.
The only thing that came to my mind was when Rome did that. Remember Rome?
Yeah.
Like his whole body in the water well and like came out with his head.
That's what I was thinking too.
Even at that point, I was like, if I was on his tribe, I would have beat his ass. Like, get the head out the water. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Oh my God. It was
same thing.
It was he was just copying Rome. Rome was a trendsetter here.
Yeah.
I just want to quickly shout out the chat because Cindy is saying it's lovely to see Caroline here. And it was a banger of an episode. And Tonya also says, I feel so bad for Tony with this edit, but at the same time it was hilarious. And I agree, it was so funny. Just to go on to Lisa, because honestly at this point, Lisa is like the people's champion to me. Like she is I love her. She, even when it's like she's not the main character, she is the main character in my mind, in my fantasy. Because it was like, I don't have the frame, but it's when Sari pitched the whole thing getting turned, and it was, we've got the key. Oh, great. We've got to do this. Oh no. Oh, you can't get it. I loved how she replied to like, it was how
so high pitched.
It was so high pitched. But it was just so, I loved her for it. I was like, oh my God. Like, just watching that, I can see why she won her first season. Like, I love her.
Yeah.
Yes, Gabe, Lisa is the fan representation this season. She really is just there. She's embodying all of us. Like, I feel like I'm playing the season purely because Lisa is there. And I just love it. I had to give her a shout out. I'm so sorry, Lisa. I love you.
I love you.
But obviously, we do get this distraction. Well done by Lisa. You were an amazing distraction. And they open the box and they find out that it is a clue to the hidden immunity idol that is at tribal council, hidden at the base of Jonathan's podium.
Bloody
How
hell.
are we feeling about this? Thinking that it wasn't, everyone thought it was going to be an idol, maybe an advantage. No, but actually correctly said it was going to be a clue. So well done, Cass, on that one.
Yeah.
But Cara, I'm going to go to you first. What did you think of this moment?
Don't steal my thunder.
I
Okay.
loved this. It was good. And like I love that it's hidden at the base of the podium, very Winners at War coded.
No. I'm going to be the first one to say this. I knew one of you was going to try and give Adam Klein the credit. Adam Klein does not get the credit. Gabe knows. It is Survivor South Africa that gets that credit.
I don't know South Africa.
Lisa gets that credit. Sorry, continue, Cara. I was waiting for someone to say it.
I mean, that's it. That's all I had to say.
So wait a minute. All right. So, Cara, if you're done, I need to push back a little bit on that. I.e., Emily flipping. How long ago did Survivor South Africa? How long ago was that? How long ago was that? Like when that took place? Give me some time.
Let me. I'm gonna have to look that one up because the years I couldn't tell you. We know Winners at War was 2020. 2020.
Actually, 2021, I believe. I think. Yeah, 4 years ago.
It was 2018.
No, damn it! Fine.
I love it when we get to fact check these.
More people will, link it with Adam and Winners at War.
So that was the first thing I thought was give him his flowers, as you said yesterday and on our pod. Give him his flowers, but you know what? It was unsuccessfully pulled up because it wasn't even going to happen. But I think that having the international team that actually majority of the people that are there might have seen it and not experienced it. So maybe everyone's mind went there. Because I didn't see Survivor South Africa. I saw the US version. So
Me too.
I will allow it. But it's still up here.
But my question is, how are they going to get it? So that's what I was thinking about. And my husband was like, so how would you go about getting it? And I thought I would wait with the last cast member probably to walk out of tribal council, and then I would duck over and grab it. But I would be, because we all saw the bottom of the podium. It's quite busy. There's a lot going on there. There's a lot of, so it's working out which part is the idol and what I need to grab, and doing that, on my as the last person on my way out of tribal council. How would you have done it, Bruce?
Being someone that had a public idol, because that's usually what it's coming down to in Survivor US. That idols are basically public. If you have it now, you're getting yourself some agency in the game. If Parvati does her job and she has a good alliance, which it seems like she does at this point in time, she can then say, okay, Sari, I have it. Lisa, I have it. Whoever else is readily available. Yes. So now that I have it. So now you have a strong 4 going into something. So now it's the promise of saying, I will use this if any 4 of us get in trouble. And that's what she has the role on. So now, with the biggest balls in the entire world, she walk right up to the podium, touch every piece of it, and whenever it pops up and says, hey, here's the idol I need, and walk back to your seat in the middle of tribal council. Who cares? Because that just shows that you have confidence in your people, but you got to make sure that either you keep the people nice and tight, or you just stop popping them off without them knowing that it's you. Like, be a puppet master and get rid of them. So that's just I just go at it. I'd just go at it because it's worse. Like if you're leaving and you're like, oh, I forgot my shoes, and you go back, when you're walking that line and you're walking around the corner, like people are gonna stop. They're gonna stop and want to look back at you and be like, "Hey, what are you doing?" Like, you know. So I don't know.
Yeah, because
I
I
thought
guess
of
it's
something else.
about how public you want to make it. But then on the other hand, do you go and grab it? So say Parvati goes and grabs it and she gives it to Suri in front of everybody, or she gives it to somebody else.
Yeah.
The target's off her back because you know that the target's going to be on yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spicy.
But you
That would
know
be
where
great.
the idol is. You know that this person is working in your alliance, but the target's not on your back.
But then do you throw heat on somebody else? So now you got to find the person who's willing to take that heat. Because when I had mine, I was told on a regular basis, like, Bruce, we're willing to work with you as long as you get rid of your idol, and that was a bull-faced lie. But it's like, you run that gamut as well to try to figure that out. Like, it's just with so many variables. You just got to be able to try to trust a little bit of someone that's there.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. There's so many variables in all of this. Like, I'm excited to see what variable is going to obviously happen and like what it's going to come down to. I do just want to go to the chat because there is you guys are doing so well with the chat. Ellen said, I thought there would be a pic of JLP giving the finger to Tem for sacking him. I just wanted to show that comment because I thought it was hilarious. We've got more people. Cindy, this is for Bruce. She agreed with you about Parvati finding the key.
First off, I'm sorry. Yes, call me Brucey whenever you want. That's perfectly fine. If you agree with me, call me Brucey.
Ellen again says we don't want someone to grab something that's not the actual idol, aka Simon's cookie idol. And then Gabe also says it could save it for the tribal council. You want to use it, but it's a public idol now, free for all. So that's very true.
Yeah.
And also he says that Parvati has to keep her allies calm. All it takes is for one of them being in danger to rush to that podium now. And I think that's very true. Or you've now got 3 of them or 4 of them that now know where this idol is. So if any one of them feel threatened, they have that little bit of safety. So definitely kind of damage control and making sure everything's calm is, what they'll need to do.
I've got another idea. What if, because so the 4 of them know where it is. So I'm talking Cass, Lisa, Parv, and Suri. They know where it is. Maybe they discuss between themselves who's going to grab it because they know it's going to be a public idol. And then, I mean, when you're an alliance of 4, they're protected. They're protecting each other. So anyway, just another food for thought.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the crazy thing about this situation. There is so many variables.
Yeah.
But obviously, for all 4 of them, it's not all 4 of them are going to feel the need to go grab that idol because Kat found an idol. I was so happy to see this. I need to get all of your thoughts on this, Bruce. I'm going to go to you first. What were your reactions to seeing Cass get the idol just randomly out of nowhere?
Very, very, very happy that she got the idol, but that just goes to show, like, there 2 idols were pulled out of this episode. Who is going to get that kind of lucky to walk around and literally be like, oh, what in the and then bang, you got that blows my mind that she was able to find that. And please correct me if I'm wrong. If I missed something, if there was something that she got that told her she should go over there, or actually, what the hell was she doing in that bush anyway? Like, looking for the key, I understand, but like, that's extremely random. So I'm happy that she got it. I am happy she got it because any little advantage that you can get to move you forward in the game is great. But I still am like perplexed that she just randomly found a freaking idol, not even looking for an idol, looking for a key.
Well, I guess my question, and it can go to Cara or Caroline, what is more lucky, or who was more lucky? Parvati getting the key or Cass getting this idol? What had more luck here?
Cass.
I think Cass. Yeah.
Definitely.
For sure.
I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah. But what I also found perplexing was she went, when they were all looking, she's got a pair of shorts and a top on. And she finds that idol and she strips her shorts and her top off. Like, that looks so obvious to me because I mean, she just had her bikini on, fair. Like she's not. It's gonna be very hard to find hide something, but she could have hidden it in the back of her pants or under her bra, or in the middle of her bra, or she could have chucked away the packaging and just taken the idol and left everything else there. So I just think how obvious did it look that she stripped her clothes off?
Yeah.
Well,
You
it's
never
hot
know
in
what.
Simone.
And nobody
Ellen-
asked. Nobody
Yeah.
said, why'd you take your shorts off? Well, I would have. Like, I would have observed that.
Well, yeah, you've got Ellen saying that she is smart, but then you've also got Gabe saying Cass is doing smart things too, saying, hey, Parvati got her idol already publicly, keeping this one to herself. And this is what I'm loving about this season.
Yeah.
Like, the players know, okay, we've only got 16 days. No one needs to know about these idols. Like, for once, it took a 16-day season for players to go, finally, I'm not going to tell people about my idol that I found.
Finally.
Finally. Also, Frank has just posted saying production seem to not be hiding the idols too difficult because the season is short. Luke found in the pathway spots can't be too difficult, which is true. I feel like these bushes could be a little bit more inconspicuous, but I definitely see that it's not as hard. But speaking of Luke and the Aussie tribe, let's go over to them because bless these two. They didn't have a good tribal last round. Obviously, poor David went, and now they're kind of feeling on the bottom. And it is they're feeling very stressed, and it is all because of Georgie, our lovely King George. Because he's feeling very good. He's feeling like he's in a strong position, and he has this conversation, obviously, with Shani, where he's saying he feels good and that whatever name Shani says, she's going to champion. And obviously he asks her who she's most threatened by. And then obviously it cuts to Shani, who does one of my favorite confessionals, going, I'm not going to call him a cockroach. However, here is a list of 100 reasons why he is a cockroach and has cockroach tendencies. What did we think of this moment? Was this kind of, this is where we were starting to see from a viewer point, Shani put her plan into place and put the wheels in motion. Is this where we were kind of being like, right, Shani's got the knife ready for George's back here? How did we feel about this?
I think this is a very good moment where her mental want for revenge was actually able to now start to come to fruition. She's got, obviously she has a reason to want to get him out. And I think that she articulated it very, very well. And like I could just a second ago, that, he's a little cockroach and it's so hard to get rid of him. But she's starting the process to get rid of him. And I think she did it very well.
And I think also knowing that she thought that she'd missed her opportunity. She thought and how bad you would feel about that, because it'd be like, oh my God, did I have my opportunity last night? Should I have taken my shot? I didn't. I went with Kirby. But knowing now that she's probably going to get another shot at it, she must be like screaming with glee inside, so excited. And that's why these confessionals are just coming so thick and fast, so beautiful. Like, she must have been thinking about this such a long time. So I'm so happy for her. But I love Georgie. I love you. Yeah.
Yes. Cara, anything else to add before we move on?
I mean, I understand like where she was coming from, like that she wanted to get him out. She was scared she missed the chance. And then, after how he was acting and everything, and how like this was a good opportunity to get that in motion. But I almost feel like having him around and like maybe annoying people and being such a big target wouldn't be so bad,
Yeah.
Keeps the heat off maybe someone else. And
Speaking
from just like George and didn't want him to leave.
Speaking as someone that's very annoying to other people, the annoying part becomes very close to hatred if you're sticking around. So she probably already hates him. You don't want her to loathe him, and you don't want it that bad. But Georgie, he's annoying in his own right. But if that sticks around, like you kind of want someone that's going to be able to take the heat off you a little bit, but then also it's like, okay, as much as you want that person, you also want your sanity, you
Yeah.
know, and that weighs a whole lot heavier than keeping someone around. So just her doing this at this point in time and feeling this way, very validated, and just let it go.
Yeah, I don't. Well, to be fair, I feel like at this point, Gabe said it very much best. Like George had upset his entire tribe except Sarah. I think Sarah was the only one that was not mad at him.
Yeah.
And this is a very interesting take from Tanya. She says, I think Shawnee is now in trouble. I think George was a number for her as well as a shield.
Yeah,
And
it's a good
I
take.
can definitely understand that.
Mhm.
But I also just think it's a 16-day game. I think Shawnee just saw that and went, you know what? I really just want to say, we're even. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah. See you later.
Yeah.
Yep.
But obviously,
Bye-bye.
Shawnee now goes to the girlies, or as they're now called, Cookies and Cream. I love that was the name that they had come up with there. And obviously, all three of them are kind of saying, like, we did this vote because we wanted to show solidarity. We want to show, like, we're together. Caroline, what are your thoughts on this trio?
Mm.
Ooh.
Well, I'll tell you my thoughts on this trio. You've got Kirby at the top here. You've got Shawnee and you've got Sarah on either side of her. And Shawnee, I think, is somebody that can share the love around, and Sarah is obviously somebody that likes to keep her number one close to her. I probably, if I had been Sarah, probably would have backed off a little bit. But I think Sarah is kind of, if you know how Kirby works, you want to work with Kirby. You don't want to work against Kirby. And Kirby is a very strategical thinker. She is also going to, like, if any question that you ask her, she's also going to answer you fairly honestly. I am sure that they had lots of honest conversations out there. So I think Kirby would have tried to have said, let's try and keep Shawnee around for at least one more vote. We've got to keep numbers. Like, and also they're also thinking about how soon are they going into merge. Like, and they need to keep numbers together as best as they possibly can. So, you know, and like Sarah is trying to do, she's trying to play a different game than she played last time. I don't know how well it's working out for her right now.
Yeah. I do agree. I mean, I love my girl Sarah. She's my fave. She is currently in London. But I do feel like with this, I appreciate her wanting to take the loyalty approach. I just think I think she is, like, her ride or die is Kirby. I don't necessarily know if she is Kirby's ride or die. And I don't put that on Sarah. I do put that on Kirby. I do feel like Kirby wants to kind of have options, whereas Sarah is very much like, I'm showing you my loyalty here. Here it is. And that's why I actually worry for Kirby a bit more in this sense, because Kirby is the more outspoken, more bigger personality, bigger threat here. So Sarah could start to feel maybe jealous and be like, do you know what? If I'm not going to be your number one ally, I'm going to find someone else.
Well
we
spoken.
do kind of see that.
But where is she going to go? See, that's the thing. I think Sarah's putting herself in a worse position, because where is she going to go?
I will push back and say I think she could go with Janine and Luke, because I do feel like we saw this episode. She was able to kind of multiple
But then
people.
she's also going to be, she's also going to be, so she either is Kirby's number one or number two, but she's always going to be Luke or Janine's number two. She's never going to be their number one.
That's very fair, actually. Yeah. Very fair. Cara, what do you think of all this?
I mean, I feel like in when we saw Kirby play last time, like we saw her, she had like her number one ally, but she also was kind of open and playing with other people and would switch around and move around. And I feel like Sarah's kind of trying to put her like in a box where it's just like the two of them.
Yes.
And that's just not Kirby, right? You know, so I feel like that definitely is going to be causing tension. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be good for Sarah.
I think you nailed it. You nailed it.
Yeah, and actually, to be fair, I would also agree with it and say that's not Kirby, and that's also not Sarah. For anyone that has seen Sarah's season,
Exactly.
Sarah was a master of playing the middle and being able to like work with everyone. Also, it just meant that she never had a solid number one ally, which is why she kind of got voted off, which is why I can see why she's trying to have that this time. I got to shout out the comments here because everyone's got their thoughts as well. Sarah is so sorry, I'm about to sneeze. No, I'm not. I jinxed myself. Yes. Ellen, I could feel it. I was like, no. Ellen said, Sarah is so wishy-washy. It seems like she can't decide who she wants to work with. We see that in the preview for Sunday's episode. We will get to that at the end. And then also Gabe says that Sarah and Kirby aren't a good match as allies this season. They want to run this game down way differently, similar to last season, the alpha females clashing. And actually, yeah,
I
I
100%
kind of see
agree. Yeah, they're not a good. I agree.
I do also love Ellen's comment here. Janine, who's Janine? Janine is an icon. It is Janine Ellis, CEO of Boost Juice. Look at it. We do love Janine here. I'm trying to remember what's next. Oh, so we now go obviously to this. Well, I mean, Sarah has now gone to Luke and Janine and kind of said, look, I've spoken to Kirby. I've kind of spooked her a little bit here, and she's put the bug of Shawnee in their ear, and they were receptive to it. And so at that moment, did you kind of feel like maybe the tides were going to turn and it was going to be Shawnee? And did you think that Kirby was going to do it at this point? I'm going to go to Bruce for this one.
I do. And shout out to production for giving us the proper bites that we needed to be able to say, okay, this is going to taste great. It's all about how they're presenting it to us and using what was given. Yes, I think I had a feeling that it was going to go Shawnee's way and she was going to be voted out. And George would have stood up on top of a high mountain and screamed out, I'm still here. But their conversation was, I don't want to say it was one-sided, but it just seemed to me like it was kind of forced upon Luke and Laura, was it? Sorry. Janine. Sorry.
She's been so powerful this season, you don't even know her name.
I'm sorry, it's been a long day. But anyway, it seemed like it was forced. It wasn't asked about, and it was just now we're looking at, I would like to know what their conversation was as soon as Sarah walked away.
Yeah, 100%. Janine is a boss. She is an absolute boss bitch. There's no way she's letting anyone walk all over her. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
And least of all, Sarah.
Yeah. I mean, Gabe says it here in the chat. Janine and Luke are in a sweet spot right now because Kirby and Sarah might be starting to fight over them. And we agree, Tonya. Janine is unforgettable. Like, we all know as fans, she got the title God. It's all right. She got the title Godmother for a reason. So we've seen what's been going on with the tribes, but we do have an immunity challenge where it was obviously they were going to be holding up bags, and it was the sandbag challenge. This is one of the few challenges that scare me. Yeah. And I say that as someone that had to do a living holding people above my head. This just scares me. I don't know why, but I think it's just because I know that I always get tension here. I need to ask all of you, how would you each feel about this challenge? Cara, I'm going to you first.
I enjoy watching it. I was happy to see it. I wish they would bring it to the US Survivor and do it in like some of the newer seasons. If I was doing it though, I don't think I could last. My arms are not, I don't have muscle in my arms.
No, I'd agree. Yeah. Bruce?
I do remember, I believe it was the 6th grade. I won an award for keeping my hand raised because my teacher didn't want to call on me. And she said, write the question down, keep your hand up as long as you can. And at the end of class, you can ask your question if you keep your hand up. And that's what I did. So
that's cool.
Well, I was a problem child as a kid. But yeah, no, I think I would have loved it just for the same thing, Ollie. I got my attention in my traps. Like it definitely does not help out. But I would have had fun with that. I would have had a lot of fun with that. Mind over matter, and if you don't have a mind, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I would have had fun.
Yeah, and Caroline?
I would love to do a challenge like this. I think it's actually not about all the strength in your arm. It's all the strength. It's because I think it hits your lower back and your legs. That's from what I could tell watching everybody. And so would I be good at it? Probably not. Would I try to be good at? Absolutely. I think out of the Australian tribe, like Kirby and Janine and Shani, they made it look easy. Look how easy they made it look. Yeah, it was just unfortunate with Sarah. Just one little slip and you're fucked. So yeah,
Absolutely. I mean, I want to give props to Janine and Cats. They were the two this challenge
yeah.
that I did not see falter. Obviously, I do agree. Bree TV says Parvati completely rocked this challenge.
Amazing.
She also gave such support to Lisa. I do agree that Parvati really did well this challenge, but I do also want to give props to Janine and Kath. Like, they weren't mentioned at all, but when you looked at them, like, they were solid. I literally remember at one point there was a thing of just Kath, and she was just like this, and she was just chilling. She was straight chilling. But she just had the sunglasses on and been like, bring me a pina colada. I'm loving my life.
But Lisa was going to drop after an hour, like less than an hour. She was ready to go. So the fact that Parv talked her through like another hour and 20 minutes later or whatever it was, that's extraordinary. Like that is extraordinary. Like as well as holding up her own, sharing it, but then just that mental encouragement. Sometimes that's all you need. And like Bruce said, it's so much in the mind. You're so much in the mind. A lot of these challenges are that's what they love.
Yeah. I mean, definitely props to Lisa as well. Like she held her own, and like she was the challenge beast this challenge, I must say.
Yeah.
I also agree with this, Gabe. US Survivor hates doing endurance challenges. I wish they would bring them back. I love a good endurance challenge. They rarely do them anymore, Bruce. They rarely do them, and I want them to do them more. I know you won an endurance challenge. I know you won too. You're welcome. Don't worry, I remember what you did.
We just want more.
We tried getting him on 50. He just wouldn't. They wouldn't let us. And also, Tanya asks, "Is Bruce in a tent or something?" Bruce, would you like to tell them where you are currently?
I am on my boat. I'm gonna reposition. So I'm on my boat, just sitting here chilling, hanging out. It was nice and bright out earlier, and then it got darker, and then I'm just like, wait a minute, this is just, it does look like I'm in a tent, but it's so very dark. But I'm on my boat having a good time, and yeah, I'm gonna sleep here tonight watching some more Survivor.
I love that.
That's awesome.
Also, just some more comments going. Ellen in the chat going, JLP be like, your shoulders will start to hurt now. Lisa in physical agony, you don't say. Yep, I get that. Do you know what? I would love to see Bruce do the Wheel of Pain. Bruce, you don't know what this challenge was. Caroline knows exactly what this challenge was. It was my favorite final immunity challenge ever. Like
Is that a challenge for me? Someone tell me I should find this thing and do it. Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it, but it's full on.
Yeah. I think I literally said to everyone I would happily do that challenge. It would be so painful. I just want to do it. It looks so much fun.
Explain it to me. What is it? What is this challenge?
So we're literally on a wheel. So we've got our arms up and we've got our feet on pegs. So as the wheel rotates, the pegs get smaller over time. And then you're left with one teeny tiny peg that is like a nail.
Really?
Yeah.
That sounds intriguing. I want that.
I told you.
Yeah.
Oh my God. we can do
JLP
it.
had to carry me off that.
Yes.
I could not get down. It was
Wow.
But I will say, all three of you slayed that challenge.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are not talking about that challenge. We should probably pivot back to this one that's happening now. But it was just because I saw the comment and we had to talk about it. But obviously, the Aussie tribe dropped first, meaning that congratulations to the World tribe. They once again have won immunity. So they are safe, which means we will be heading back to Tribal Council with the Aussie tribe. But before we get to that, we are just going to take a quick break. So give you guys some time to grab another drink, have a little chill, and then we will be right back to talk about the pre-tribal and the Tribal Council of episode 3.
Do you have what it takes to outwit, outplay, and outlast? Katie does. Since 2015, she's been handcrafting Survivor treasures for super fans just like you. Hidden immunity idols, she's got them. From one world to the Philippines. Every piece is designed and created by Katie herself. Check this out. Katie's brand new tribe emblem coin, a collectible inspired by Survivor All-Stars, a must-have for any super fan. Keychains, oh yeah. Ride along with Keith's legendary tuk-tuk or try your luck with the do or die twist. What is that, the most famous stick in Survivor history? Yes, that stick. Katie doesn't stop at idols. Oh no, she's even bringing in international flavor with an Australian Survivor cookie idol twist. Idol nullifier, safe or not safe, she's got them too. How about something you can actually wear to tribal? Katie's Survivor earrings are hot right now. Want your idols on the go? How about keychains? Take your tribe with you everywhere. And don't forget Katie's most famous Survivor product, Survivor trading cards. Fans love them, and so do the players. With over 500 cards and full stats on the back, you can collect your favorites from every season, including the full jury from Survivor 48. Katie Tedesco Art is the Survivor super fan shop, made by a fan for the fans since 2015. Check it out now on Etsy.com and follow her on Instagram at Katie Tedesco Art.
That is such an epic commercial. Katie did so well on that. Sorry, I just had to say that. I feel like I've watched it every time and I'm like, well done, Katie. But obviously, we are now back with the Aussie tribe who have to go to tribal. And we see the foursome of Kirby, Sarah, George, and Shani come together, have a conversation. And George pitches the idea to split the vote, 2 on Luke, 2 on Janine, so that then basically Janine and Luke have to cannibalize each other. I have to ask, did we think this was a smart choice to do? Logically, I will say, I think it was a smart option. I understood the logic. My unfortunate thing, though, is the logic came from George. And I just feel like I say that in the sense of, not that it was a bad idea, it was just the person saying it. We knew that that was not going to bode well for him. Caroline, I want to go to you first. How did you feel about all of this?
Well, how would you feel if somebody came to you and said, this is what you have to do, or this is what I'm going to do? Like, it threatened you like that. You're going to do everything in your power to do the absolute opposite. Well, that's me. That I'll be like, I'm hearing you, George, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm off. I'm trying to find this is a conversation I've had. These are the threats that have been made against me. Let's make a George deal happen tonight. And obviously he didn't know, but he didn't have the numbers. So yeah, and I don't think you can play threatening like that. I just don't think that's a good way to play Survivor, especially Australian Survivor. We don't handle it very well.
No.
Yeah, any kind of Survivor, I fully agree with you. Any kind of Survivor, it doesn't make any sense. Even if you come across, in your tone isn't to someone's liking, even without a threat, without even saying it, like
Exactly right.
do this, or how about we do this?
Yeah.
Like I remember having a conversation with Jake and being like, Jake, yo, like, bro, this is what I think needs to be done, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. And that was it. I never said, Jake, you need to do this. And I do remember, like, there being a point in time of like, I'm going to play my own game. I don't need anybody telling me what to do. And I know that was directed towards me. I wasn't telling him what to do. It was like, this is how things look right now. So, and, and Jake and I get along like, it could be my son. Like, we have a great time. We're all together last weekend. And we were cool during the game. Imagine if, like, I can't even imagine being hated and trying to, be nice. It's like in one ear out the other and shut up is what they're going to say to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Cara, have you got anything to add?
I agree. I think it was a good idea, but I mean, I think anything George said at this point was just going to be used against him. And I think what he should have done is just not said anything. He should have just laid back, not like just sat there, not done anything. And
Yeah.
I think
That's the
maybe this would
move.
have been, yeah, I think maybe he would have survived this tribal if he just sat back.
I agree.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I think he probably should have been more concerned about making sure that the burn that I could see happening was protected more than maybe the pitch. I felt so bad. I was watching this entire scene and I just felt really bad for George in the sense of like I wanted to poke him and just see like the sunburn occur. Like I felt really bad for him. I don't want that to sound as mean as it probably does. But speaking of sounding mean, the comments. Ellen saying George is very much condescending in the way he speaks to people, and he definitely does. I think the thing with George is when he feels like he's got a bit of power, you know it in his tone and you know it how he says it. And then also, I need to find the chat. You've all been talking so much, the chat's disappeared. There it is. Bree TV says people don't like bullies and perception is everything. Agreed. Gabe has also said, what's crazy, George thought he was in a good spot. He's upset so many tribe members had to keep his head down. Yeah, I agree. And Tanya as well. I love George, and this was a very surprising misplay from him. Yeah, it
at the end
was.
of the day, at the end of the day, George wants to create great TV. Like that's what he is about. And so I know George personally. I absolutely adore George. Would I, if I had been out there, I would have said to him, just keep your mouth shut. But he can't, and he wants to create great TV. He wants to create these amazing sound bites. He doesn't need anything from anybody. He does this all on his own. So and unfortunately it was his downfall in this case. And that's not George. He played to himself. Like he did. George did what he was meant to do for him, and he's gone out in a blaze of glory, and we love him for it.
Oh God, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like in the words of George, he wanted Janine to get juiced and Luke to get liquidated. You said sound bites. You know, I think Sarah said, "How long have you been sitting on that one?" And we know that he's been sitting on that. Yeah. Exactly. As soon as he saw Janine on the cast, he was like, "I've already got the joke. I've already got the sound bite."
Yeah. He would have already thought of 20 by then. Like that was just one of them.
Yeah. Oh God, absolutely.
That and even the scene in the last episode with Kirby when he was like, "She's right here." Like that's going to be something people talk about for a long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is it. I'm going to star your comment, Jenny, and we're going to get back to that. Gabe says, glory or death. Here it was death.
Yep.
Because obviously he goes to Janine and Luke and kind of both says to them individually, hey, you've basically got to vote for the other. And then Shani comes over and kind of says, like, don't worry, guys. He's chatting. Like, trust me, I'm wanting to vote for George. And this is where we see the tide change and we see kind of George now getting the target. And unfortunately, not everyone enjoys that. Sarah does not like that. Sorry, this is such a fierce face. I know she's mad, but it's such a fierce look. I just want to be her
That's
friend.
Maddie Paloma face right there. That's Maddie. That's season 44 of U.S. Survivor. She's just like, what?
Do you know what? That's my face at work most of the time. That's my face when it comes up to me and I'm busy and they're like, oh, you have some free time. I don't know. Obviously, we saw Sarah not agree with this. Did we think that, you know, she was going to really push back, or what did we think of this moment when the target then went back to George? Did we feel like this could worry? Are we worried for Sarah that she was going to overplay her hand? I want to go to Cara first.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like at this point I was like, it could go either way. It could be Shani or it could be George. I don't know. I felt like, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know.
No, that's completely fair. Caroline, what do you
Uh,
think?
I think she was overplaying her hand. I think she divulged too much. I think she also should have stood back a little bit more and just observed the situation. She should have just observed a little bit more. I realize this is a fast game. We also don't know how long they've got to scramble. So we only get a certain period of time to have these conversations until they tell us not to talk anymore. And so it's like, yeah, I felt for her in this situation, but I think the way that you said that, did she overplay her hand here? Yes, she did. And I hope this doesn't come back to bite her.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see on it. Oh, sorry, Bruce, you go.
No,
Sorry,
Bruce,
she definitely overplayed her hand. She definitely did that. She did not crash out, which was good.
yeah.
All right, so very happy about that. And Caroline, like you just said, it's a short game. They're gonna remember that she brought this information to them and then tried as hard as she could to get her point across, and as hard as she could to get that point across. If I just said the same thing, but it's the main thing is that she's somewhat kept her cool, even though this is a snapshot of her face. It could have been like that for just a quick second, and then went to more malleable, where she looked like she was listening to what they were saying. But with the short game, they're gonna remember this because it could come back. Maybe not the next episode. I would say probably the episode, 2 more episodes. If they end up going to tribal again, it's gonna come back.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this on Sarah. Obviously, I know that we're worried about her at the moment. I will give her flowers in the sense of, obviously, she has been very vocal in what she hasn't had go her way. But let's not forget, out of everyone on this tribe right now, she's kind of been the only person whose name's never been mentioned as a vote, or even like as a target I think George said at one point he thought Sarah was dangerous, and we can see why. She is the only person that people haven't really been looking at to say, let's get a vote on her. So I will give her that credit in the sense of, like, she's doing something right. We just maybe don't see that part.
We don't see that something.
Yeah, we're still waiting for that something. Maybe we'll see it at Final Tribal Council when she wins. But obviously, technically though, not all is lost for Sarah, because we love her. She's here. Ellen, where are you in the chat? Janine is here. She is here. She obviously has her and Luke have the conversation with George. She goes straight to George and is like, I'm not voting Luke. Say what you want. I'm not talking to him. And then she comes to Luke and says, if George has an idol, I want to put 1 vote on Shani, then that way, if it's a tie, I then don't go home. And I think that was really smart of her. I think this was a really smart, subtle move to where she's gone, right, I know that the target could be on me. I know I could get a vote, and I don't trust that George doesn't have an idol. So I'm going to do something with a little bit of protection. What did we think of this moment? Because I said this. I think it's a really smart, subtle move. Caroline, as someone who played with someone who arguably was the king of subtle moves, hi Ferris, what did you think of this moment?
I thought it was absolutely excellent, but I am not surprised. Like, okay, we haven't seen much of Janine so far, but she's such a smart, strategic woman. And I know that Luke's a good strategist as well. So the two of them together, they're going to be working out, like, they're going to be going over plan, over plan, over plan. Like, they're going to be working out what is going to be the best way to do this. So I thought it was, it's genius. It was fantastic. I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, I agree. Cara, Bruce, anything to add on this?
Fully agree. I fully agree. It's one of those things that yes, she's not the forefront of the camera, and we're not seeing her face all the time. But when we do see her, it's impactful. It shows she showed her power, she showed her strength, and it's gonna be interesting to see her in the final 3.
I love that. I love what you. Along with Sarah, fabulous.
I agree. Great move.
Yeah.
Smart,
Well, yeah.
good insurance
Like-
policy.
She's a
Yeah.
smart cookie. And they can't forget that. Like, she might be in the background, but they can't forget that she's a smart cookie.
Yeah, I said this earlier in the recap. We can't remember. She was called Godmother for a reason. And sincere, I do love your comments. Purple Janine until this episode. And
Yeah.
you also said Tommy. The redhead guy is called Tommy. He's really that purple. You can't remember, is it? First, we had Janine's name not being remembered. Now we have Tommy. Oh, bless them. No, they are both being icons in this episode. Tanya disagrees with you, Bruce. Personally, don't think Janine will be in the final three, but each to their own. Each to their own.
Each to their own. So here's what I got, and I don't know how much weight it's going to carry, but if I'm wrong, I have a buff from season 45 I'll send you, okay? I'm feeling that confident in regards to it. So
Wait, hold on. Are you sending that to Tanya or are you sending that to me? Because I'll happily take the buff.
Ditto.
Tanya.
You just send me a buff anyway. But we'll move on because hold on, no, we won't because Drewby just wants to give Caroline some love. But obviously we see Janine have this plan. We see her go take it to Kirby and Sarah, and obviously Sarah sees this as a moment to be like, let me just try one more time. Let me just see how we're feeling about all this. And I don't think that she was bad to do that. It was kind of a case of like I think she laid it out very like logically and methodically to Kirby to say, hey, I did this for you. Obviously, like I liked Luke, I liked David, sorry. I know you didn't. How you felt about David is completely how I feel about Shani. I just want to see what I don't personally think it was her saying we're voting Shani. It was just I just need that reassurance to know that we're together. But I think the edit did a very good job at making it seem like she is fully asking Kirby, hey, can we vote Shani here? I actually don't think she was trying to do that. Does anyone else disagree with that before we go to the tribal?
I don't disagree with that. I'm sorry. I just think that, and of course, we're seeing the edited version of it, but who else is noticing the amount of talking that she's doing?
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's a weakness. She's showing her weakness. And I think Kirby is like, come on, we're one and done. Like, do you know what I mean? We have one conversation. We are all good. She doesn't need to have the multiple conversations to reassure her. And she certainly doesn't want to have somebody that she has to reassure all the time because that's somebody that you can't trust long term, right?
Yeah. I agree.
That's how I would feel.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely fair. Cara, anything before we go to tribal?
I agree with everything that was said. I'm ready to get into tribal.
Well, okay, then let's go straight into this tribal. But before we do, I just want to pull up Tanya's comment. I'm now new to this podcast, so we'll now be tuning in just to win this bet with Bruce. Tanya, I'm going to hold you to that. I'm going to hold you to that.
I love it.
Wow. Okay.
We're going to make sure Bruce is now hit for it. So, obviously, this tribal, it was very much... There was just so much kind of, I don't even want to say it was passive aggressive. There was just a lot of like, and it was, you know what? I want to get each of your personal favorite moment of this tribal. For me, it was when Janine was answering her question. George pipes up and Janine's just looking at him. And I just love Janine's face as to say, continue with what you're saying, my dear, because I don't give a...
Yeah.
That was very much how I felt. Cara, I want to go to you first. What was your favourite moment of this tribal council?
I think it was when Janine told Luke to vote Shani.
You're right.
Yeah.
Why was that?
I don't know. I just felt like that was a good, I don't know, because it was just, I thought that was a good moment for Janine to do that and then to have him follow through. I thought was good for them, you know, and it was good to see that play out.
Yeah, I know. I think that's fair. I was just very curious because I actually do agree with you on that completely. Bruce, what was your favorite moment of this tribal?
I am not gonna lie, that stare down was awesome because it's one of those things like if you have the wherewithal to sit there and just let someone implode, let them implode. Just
Yeah.
let it go. Sit there. Yep, you want this to happen? You want to interrupt me? Fine. That's one strike right there against you. And then half the crap you're gonna say is gonna be used against you. So just keep on talking. Have diarrhea of the mouth as much as you want. It's not gonna affect me. I'm still gonna be here tomorrow. But please feel free, let it out. So that stood out to me as well. That it's funny that you said that, Ali, but it definitely stood out to me.
Yeah. Oh, good. I loved it. Yeah. And Caroline, what was your favorite moment?
Well, I didn't actually have a favorite moment, but what I will say is I'm just loving all the expressions on their face, like them panning to each of them individually. Honestly, it's so funny. You can just read them so easily and see exactly where their mind's at. But yeah, I'm just loving all the nobody can hide what they're thinking. None of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, and Brie agrees with you as well. She is living for all of Kirby's faces forever. Yeah. And like,
Yeah.
do you know what? That's what I love about Kirby because you know exactly how she's feeling because she shows it every single time in her face. And I absolutely love it. Amy, I have seen your comment in the chat. Yes, we have brought that up. So go and rewatch this and see what was going on. But also I know the chat will fill you in as well. Ellen, JLP watching all of this implode like, I get paid for this?
Yes.
And yes, he does. He does get paid for all of this. Gabe also in the chat saying Janine and Luke can use this Shani backup plan now. They can tell Shani, hey, Sarah told us you're the backup. But I was now reading it and going, but actually it was Janine that threw out the sense of like, I was putting you as a vote as a backup. And actually, I do feel like Janine openly said, like, that was my fault. I'm so sorry. But again, I think it was the case of, like, they're there for however many days. Like, Janine's like, so sorry. Like, it happened. We're here for 16 days. So, but obviously, we're all having these chats. We're wondering what's going to go on. Is it a 2-2-2? Is it a 5-1? Is everyone just going to vote for JLP? We don't know. But we do know because George goes home. Yeah. Sadly, we see King George get dethroned and he is the third person voted out. George, I just want to say it was amazing watching you. George is such a fun character. He's great TV. You said it best, Caroline. He is amazing TV. Yeah. I want to get each of your thoughts on this. What occurred? Cara, I'm going to start with you on this one and then work my way up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I love George. I love watching him play Survivor. So getting to see him on another season was so exciting. And, you know, he was exciting from the beginning until now. And it's sad to see him go. I'm glad he at least made it three episodes, 3 tribals, whatever. But yeah, it was sad to see him go. But I'm happy we got to see him even for a little bit.
At all. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Bruce, any flowers for our dear King George here?
George is my man. If you guys went to tribal the first time, I think you would have been gone the first time. So you made it to the third one. Congratulations. You know, it's one of those things, and they talked about it in the first episode, and you know, the word annoying was jumped out there, and you know, you can only I listen, I love you. I've met George. He's hilarious. He's really he's easy to talk to because he gives you a compliment sandwich no matter what. Like he's always complimenting you on something. But as far as for the game of Survivor with these players that are just like, they don't take any BS. They'll look at you sideways, but then, you know, just if they need to just stab you in the front, it was not working. This personality was not working for the group of people that were there, and it just made sense. And you know, maybe it'll be a little bit, you know, he'll be missed for the first hour or two when they get back to camp, but then they're gonna be like, okay, now we can move on and really think about other stuff than being annoyed. So,
yeah, definitely. Caroline, tell us, say it, give us all the flowers.
Yeah, exactly. I'm going to give all the flowers. I mean, Georgie is an Australian icon. He put Australian Survivor on the map to the rest of the world. He has, his episode 7 in his last series, is the most iconic moment in Survivor history. What he's brought to Survivor as a brand throughout the world and within Australia is huge. It's immense, probably more than anybody else. We can say that for certain. So I love George. He knows I love him. I admire him. I respect him. I accept George for what George is, and that's all you can do. He accepts me as I am. I accept him as he is. You can't change this man, and he will be an icon for the person that he is. Congratulations to him. He knows this. I love him dearly. And George, you are going to be, you're going to be missed. What's going to happen now? That's next question mark.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the question mark. I wanna the chat. You have been amazing. Let me grab some chats. You've got Sincere thanking George, best to never win over Sari. Yes, I said it. Sorry about it. Ooh,
yeah.
Controversial.
Yeah.
Tanya, I'm in Canada, and King George is how I discovered Australia, which I love. One of my fave players. And also Amy, two of my favorites that are so great at confessionals are now gone.
Yeah.
But there's so much that could happen. And I also just love this comment from Jenny. It's just like, I love a bit of analytics. Great first week, up 21% from the past 2 seasons, first week in ratings, if you will read that. And she hopes that this leads to AU versus the World 2, where Caroline and Bruce would agree to play on it. So I can't wait to see that.
Let me. I'm sorry. Listen. Yes. If they ever needed a lower mid-level person to play, I would definitely be ready to go. So yeah, that would be awesome.
I would love to see you two play together. And I also want to bring this comment up from Tanya as well, because she says, love George and really sad to see him go. If anyone watched the exit interview that they do straight after the episode with Drop Your Buffs, it was hilarious.
Hilarious.
So funny. I do want to give massive props to Sean, to Ricard, and to Nick. They are doing an amazing job on that. The exit interviews as well, and the post-show recaps. Like the Drop You Buff guys have been amazing on it. So I did just want to give them their flowers as well, because they have been so great and amazing. So well done, boys. I do have one more question though. And actually it's Sincere that asked me a question. So I'm going to self-indulge and be really rambly, as some people like to say I was. If you know, you know. Who's my mother this season? I'm always rooting. This is true, to be fair. I'm always rooting for a queen. I feel like it's quite obvious who my mother is. I don't know if anyone else would like to answer for me.
I'm not answering for anybody. You answer
Sarah.
for you.
It's Sarah. Sarah is my mother this season. So sorry about it. But yeah, that is who I am. I'm just going to show some more comments, because everyone, I hate you, Sincere. Why? I feel like me and Parvati are going to have a rivalry this season, because I allegedly can't say her name correctly. I'm just going to show some more comments here. You've got Sincere actually saying, George endured the most bitter jury of any season, and he ran that season.
Yeah.
Jenny saying George is the Boston Rob of Australian Survivor. And he probably is, Gabe. He's probably happy he outlasted David.
It's the last thing he said on his way out.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I do want to get, before we finish, I am going to close that bit, and I'm going to get us all here. Ellen has got a lovely question for us, because obviously next episode, we do see that there's going to be 2 individual immunities going on.
Yeah.
Who do we think are the 2 people winning individual immunity? I want to get these predictions.
Ooh.
So, who from the World Tribe and who from the Australian Tribe? And Bruce, I'm going to you first.
World Tribe, I'm going straight Tony. And then the Australian Tribe. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like their angle and like how they perform, but I'm just trying to. I don't know. Kirby?
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're
That's
going
what I'm
with. Do you know what? I'm going to write these predictions down.
Tony and Kirby.
Is going with Tony and
Yeah.
Kirby. Cara, who do you think?
That's exactly what I would have said, but now I feel like I need to say two different people.
Great minds
But
think alike.
I really do think it's going to be Kirby and Tony because I think Tony knows that he needs it, or else it's not looking good for him. So I'm gonna stay with Tony. I do think it's Kirby, but I'll switch to Sarah.
Oh, okay. So
Sarah
you're
and
going to go with Tony and Sarah. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Caroline, who do you think?
So I don't have any doubts in my mind. It's Kirby on the Australian team for sure, and it's Pav on the other. For the same reasons that Cara has just said. I reckon Pav, she must feel in a pretty vulnerable state there, regardless of her massive alliance. She needs to win this. She wants to ascend the throne. So it's 100% Pav and Kirb. Sorry.
Okay, I am going to lock in. I mean, I'm going to go for my mother. I'm going to go for Sarah. I have this feeling. And then I'm gonna throw another name in there from the World Tribe. I'm going to say Cass.
Okay,
I
cool.
feel like Cass. I know her. I know she's an amazing physical player. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to doubt her, and I feel like she could go for it. People in the chat are saying maybe Luke or Kirby. Sincere is saying Tony, he's come to play. Gabe said Tony needs to win this. Bree, Kirby, and Parv. Ellen thinks Shawnee. No one said Shawnee, and actually she's a very good what's it called? Endurance player. And then from the World Tribe.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's so many, it's all going off here.
Looking at the challenge, Shawnee won that last time.
She
Can I
did.
switch?
Oh. No, I've locked it down. None of us can switch now. But that is it for us this time. Before I say my thank yous and I give everyone their flowers, I will just let you all know what is going on here on Survivor Now. I know that we are doing Australia versus the world, but just a reminder, we've got Survivor 49 coverage coming up, and allegedly we might be seeing the cast announced soon. But also, we do have a Patreon. We've got some exclusive stuff going on there, so be sure to check that out. And another thing we've got going on, and Caroline might know what's going on here, Babes and Buffs, where we get to talk about the iconic women of Survivor US, and we do seasons by seasons, and our first guest was the lovely Caroline, who came and joined us. Caroline, I think we need to talk after this so I can let you know who's on the guest Dream Tribe. So I need to let you know about that. And of course, obviously, our exit interview with King George will be on tomorrow, 8 a.m. EST, or for the Australians, 10 p.m. EST. So keep an eye on that. But that is us done for now. I just want to say thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Cara and Bruce, thank you for joining me as always. I love having you. Caroline, it's always a pleasure. It's always a treat.
So much. Oh, thank you so much. I love being with you guys. You're all amazing, and this is so much fun. And we just love talking about. We could talk about this shit all day.
Oh God,
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And big, massive thank you to everyone in the chat. You guys have been incredible.
Thanks,
The viewership has been so overwhelming, and we appreciate it. And you lot, just in the chat in general, you have been giving us all the thoughts. Like, we couldn't keep up. Like, I was doing all these thank yous, and literally I clocked, and there was like 15 other comments that I wish I could say. But obviously, we will see you next time for episode 4 of Australia versus the world. We will see you guys soon.